You will restore. You shall once again become the light. You shall once again become the light of Africa. You shall once again become the light. You shall once again become the light of Africa. You shall eat the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land. Hey, you shall eat the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land, the fruit of your land. Hey, and never will you be strangers in your land, strangers in your land, strangers in your land. Oh, hell, I'll be right here, God says you are on the rise. All of we shall hearken to his command. It is then that we shall rise, we shall pursue, we shall overtake, and we shall conquer all of our adversaries, and we shall shout at last. The Lord stand forever, the Lord stand forever. Oh, long may it flow on land and on sea. This journey, Lord, never uphold it forever. And shout for the Lord stand. Oh, hell be on him. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Liberia. Good afternoon, Liberians, non-Liberians, within Liberia and the rest of the world. Wherever you are watching from, and wherever you are listening, getting us from, we want to say good afternoon to you from Liberia. It's actually 50 minutes up to 3 o'clock. Yes, today is Friday, and Dolo. Yeah, 50 minutes up to 3. Today is September 29, and we have how many days to elections?
Is that 12?
12? 1 week, 3 days to elections. Oh my God! So I'm actually going to go to the to vote a president, a representative, and as well a senator. Wow, I feel so excited.
Yes.
So
everyone is so as me and the over 2 million people that registered to vote. These are the people that are really, really anticipating that day to come, October 10, right here in Liberia, across the country, where we'll go to cast our ballot for our respective candidates, presidential, senatorial, and representative elections across the country. Like you said, it's wonderful. We all keep anticipating for that day, and our prayers that we started almost 3 months ago is that the process should be free, fair, transparent, and most important of all, it should be peaceful for all of us, because this is what we all yearn for, a peaceful process that we can all celebrate maybe a new president or maintaining the current president, George Weah, in power for as a mandate, additional 6-year mandate, probably whatever will be the decision taken by the people. But like we said, we all anticipating, we are all zealous. We can't wait for that day to come. Some people are fed up with some of the rhetoric from the politicians. Some people are fed up with the argument and all of that. They can't just wait for that day to come and pass. So I know, like you said, you are excited. We are all excited, and probably only the candidates are worried. I normally say
sometimes my heart get just caught. Like
you
like
know
I
what
mean, yeah, I'm not contesting, but sometimes my heart get just caught. Boop, you know, like because this is something that some people thought it was never going to come. It was never going to, you know, this day was you know never going to come. But I feel so excited. It's not because I'm you know, I'm not a candidate, but as a Liberian, I'm like, you know, when we were kids, when our parents, you know, used to buy our Christmas clothes. You just so excited.
You'll be awake.
Yeah, like, you know,
dreaming about that day.
Yeah, like you have some program to attend, maybe at your campus, and you got something new to show, or you have some special event. You feel so, you know, that's zeal. That's how I feel sometimes. I'm, you know, I cooled off, and then, but it's a wonderful feeling because we are going to be making another decision. So I thought so many people want to know, you know, Magdalene is how many years old? She's younger than her age. Sometimes I tell people my age, they want to question me and stuff. It's not because I'm stunted. No, I am not.
You are an African child.
Yeah, no, but
particularly a Liberian child.
Of course, but I'm not very short like you.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, no, not short. I'm an average.
I thought you would even say dry, but you say short.
Yeah. So yeah. So on a serious note, I want to announce my age on when on the eve.
October 10?
No, on the eve of elections.
Okay.
To tell you that 6 years from now, will be my age.
Yes.
So if you make any
wrong decision,
and the word I'm about to use is in the Bible, so let me feel relaxed. If you make foolish decisions, it's going to give you foolish results.
Yes.
Right? So you have to read between the lines on what you do. Who do you know, what decision, the decisions you make. Be wise. I will not sit there and tell you, say, oh, go and vote for this person, go and vote for that person. But you have a very great responsibility on your shoulders. You have a very great responsibility to ensure that the future of Liberia 6 years from now is preserved. The peace is maintained, is stable. Yes. And it's on our shoulders as well. I attended an electoral integrity conference organized by the Liberia Peace Building Office, held at the ministerial complex, that brought together people from, you know, international partners, the government of Liberia, security forces, media, from different walks of life. We were all there, and I think you carried in the news this afternoon. Yes, everyone is calling on. Everyone is called. I'm not understanding you. Can you please write?
The video, huh?
You can't walk on me like that.
Yes,
yeah, I'm sorry for it. Yeah, so everyone is calling on for peaceful elections, for a credible one, a transparent one, and an inclusive elections as well.
Yes, like the president promised at the UNGA.
Yes. We want a credible election. We don't want. Look, let me just be frank with you. Whoever wins, Liberia wins, right? But let people, you know, what is supposed to be given to you, let it be given to you.
Yes, man. Let me just cut you off there. I think we need to stress the importance of the election being transparent and peaceful and credible, because if we follow what has happened in our surrounding or in neighboring countries over the years, most of the coup, most of the violence in the sub-region has been as a result of election manipulation. So we have to be careful. That's why a lot of NGOs, the international partners, everyone is making sure to put the election commission under pressure, because the statute of this country relies in their hand. A few group of people at that commissions are the ones who should make sure that this country, whatever happens, whether positive or negative, they will carry the larger share of whatever gains will
responsibility.
come.
Yes.
So you have to think about, forget about your personal interest, forget about your political affiliation, forget about your religious affiliation. Think about Liberia, think about the future, think about where we all want to take this country from. 14 years of democracy plunged this country further down economically and infrastructure wise. Every sector is still plugged down. It will take hundreds of years to recover. Do we want to go back? No, we don't want to. So, and for us to not go back, it means that we should organize the election. It has to be fair. Whatever challenges we are having, let us inform the public. Let the people be aware of what are the challenges that the election commission is favoring and all of that. Because when information are out there, people will go by and move on. So it also goes to the politicians, the rival parties, the leading candidates in the elections. They didn't have to be peaceful. They have to engage the election commission constructively, and let us not use words that will put fear into people. I listened to Councillor Dexter Brown, he said it, and it's key. We have to desist from making inflammatory statements that put fear into people and all of that, because the memory of this country is bad. If you look into history, you read the history, if you put on your thinking cap and think about what happened in 1990, no one want to go there.
Yeah.
And we all don't want to.
Yeah, so T Patrick, we're not taking course now. We're not taking course. Yeah, so that is it. I got the Farmington Peace Agreement. It's just like five pages.
Okay.
Yes. And I've read it over
the resolution from Farmington River.
Yes, it was the peace agreement that was signed at Farmington, right?
Okay.
It's published. It's just like 5 pages.
Wow.
When reading it, I actually been going through it, but not detail.
Okay,
but I have read it over and over, and I know that everyone, one way or the other, just keep violating the same agreement that they signed up to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what everybody been like. The one I just read, it talks about campaign management. Why will you tear people banner down? Why will you take people banner down? I listened to George Lawrence pay from Maggie B, district number 1. Why will you do that? Why will you know why it costs to print all of those things?
Yes, it's very expensive.
Yeah, you know what it costs to print a sheet. Sometimes when I send to print or I go print or work out of the office, you know how much we spend to print something colored? It's $50.
Yes.
The last time when we were doing the program at the Single Palace Hotel, I cried in the printer here. You know why? I asked him to do a program, and he said the machine that they are using, he said $1 of the program that we use, one program, you had it where you write. He said he was charging me $1.50.
Yeah, because it was in color. It was beautiful.
It was in color. I said, you made I'm going to pay $50 for the program for the few hours. He said, yes, how are you going to pay?
Yes.
And that's what we pay. So it was beautiful, right? Yeah, it was beautiful, right? That's the money we pay for printing our program. We negotiated, yet it was reduced, but that's what we paid. Even the banner we did, we had one to EDWIN Junction is still up there. We have one to Single Palace. We paid almost $60 US. So think about you people. You have to print out like about 30 banners. You have to print out sometimes 100 banners across the country. You have to do this. and people keep violating. People keep violating. Like Liberia is not a country of law. Why would we have things in the book? Why would we have laws in the book and we're not going by it?
Yes.
And we are not going by it. So we actually suspended. I told the guys today, no business and economic forum today.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, because let me read a lineup, and we might go when we have time. We'll have to go through the Fambeto River agreement. And let's see some of the things that we've been doing. We'll open a line and then you have your say if we have time. So what's happening today? We'll keep place a call quickly to Willie Timba, our young fellow, one of our young Liberians who is launching his book on Saturday. Yes, tomorrow, I was told, still to be corrected. We'll place a call to him for a few minutes and we'll talk with him. Let him give us more information about this book launch, about the book, what inspires him. What inspired him to have written this book or authored this book. And then we'll also talk to Jedro Emmanuel Cole. He's an aspiring candidate in District number 1, Monserrato. Jedro Emmanuel Cole had been a very good friend and brother.
Same
yes.
as to me.
No, I mean, you're saying your own, right? Yeah, so, and then we already have Titus Johnson. He's with the construction company of Africa Incorporated, Cheddar. Yes, he's already in City to talk about his company. And then we will host Dr. Clarence Morning Bar. Dr. Clarence Morning Bar, the advanced team is already here. So I just attended a program organized by his vice stand-up bearer. Yes, Madam Grace Kwan. So we'll get a few bites from there as well. There's a press conference. Mr. Ellis Kumis is he's expected to address the press at the headquarters of the collaborating political parties. So if we get signal from them, we will interrupt any program, any guests here to go strictly there and get a few and get information with regards to the launch. They'll be launching on Sunday, right?
Yes.
That launch.
Is that September 6th?
They'll be closing or
opening? They will be closing officially.
Yeah. So so that's it, and it all promises to be great. We're going to be here up to 5 o'clock. So I really want us to find time today. That's why I suspended the forum, the business forum today.
Yes, our apologies to our listeners.
We sincerely apologize. We sincerely apologize. On behalf of the Dolo and I, we apologize for not bringing the business show, because this is something that when I go out, people like, Magdalene, this program is super. This program, and then even the guys from our panelists, Magdalene, if this was in the US, you can be answering your own call. As he tell me, he said the guys tell me, he said the program is good. He said, you're not. I said, okay, anyway, it's all for Liberia. We are doing it out of passion. We are doing it, and we will continue. Let's continue to serve. Some days things will get better, and we very hopeful. We are very, courageous. We are very optimistic that, things will get better in our country. We will, do small things and get big money. Yes, we will.
That's how it works.
Yeah, because at times, I know the students that we graduated the last time, all of them said, you came to the school, you want to journalism and stuff like that. Yeah, so, and then, sorry for the interruption. And then, we gave them a topic to discuss. Why? Okay. All right. So let me
briefly. Is that Mr. Salif?
Yeah. Let's see what he has to say. Yeah, Chief. Okay. You okay? You are on. So good afternoon to you.
So good afternoon, and this is breaking news. I've just been monitoring live video coming in from Furia, and want to alert the general public of an embarrassing situation in Furia between supporters of Unity Party and CDC. From live video coming in, it looked bloody.
What?
And it is good that the Liberian National Police takes serious consideration in moving into Furia. There are live video coming in Furia. This does not represent the Farmington River Declaration as per our electional period. I just need to break that, and it's over to you.
All right, so T Patrick, I think he was calling me T Patrick. Most often, you people have to learn to to text because it's normal
Yes.
for your normal interruption. So like the last time a fellow called, thank you, Mr. Sally, thank you so much, my heart. Yes, he called and he wants to release certain information. This is not somebody familiar one. This is not somebody, he just want to say something and not put fear in people. Right now, people close to elections, people are afraid.
Yes.
No, we're not putting fear in you, but it's normal because of violence and all that kind of stuff. And then he was talking about and we were in the midst of an interview. A presidential candidate was in studio. It's not only about him. He could have sat here, and then if we were going to verify the information, we could have taken him. That's the information. I can be attending all the workshops, and then I can't sit there and just be doing the same thing. It's not possible. Yeah.
Yes. So,
Give me there's something about misinformation, disinformation, fake news, and look at say we gotta be careful.
yes.
We want to know, verify information before it is announced here. Yeah, ourselves too, we got our integrity to protect. Not because you want to break news. That's what you can be doing on Facebook. You get ready, you write anything on Facebook. We will verify. That's why we are attending all of these trainings. Fact-checking training. You can't just post anything and believe it and start sharing it. No. There are times when things will happen and you expect me to come and sit there and be talking. I am not going to do that. I will not do it. And so many times people can say, oh, you're talking about it. Well, the last time again, this case about the lady who truth was caught, not allegedly, but I saw it. And then people wanted me to have said something in it to discuss it. And it's actually, I need to get more information before I sit here and, so I can just sit because something happened. You just, sometimes you need to get all of the information that you need before. So, yes, we'll go quickly. Let's talk to, that's the same thing we're talking about. That Farmington River is, most I think our book launch on Sunday. The pages there are many. And maybe you could say maybe around 200 and 300 pages. But the Farmington Agreement is in simple English and it's 5 pages. Please talk to someone in there. I think it should be on it. So we'll look at it subsequently. But I want us to talk to Jethro Emmanuel Cole or really think by any one of you so we can get this off our back because we have our guests already here. T Patrick, thank you. Usually you give us a hard time, so now you were calling. Maybe you could have texted me to tell us what is unfolding. Yeah, so let us continue to keep the peace. Don't allow yourselves to be used. We've really suffered, and some of us were born during the war, and we saw a lot of things. Yeah, we saw. I'm not 18 years old. I'm not in my 20s. Please, I'm not in my 20s. I told you I will announce my age here on. Yeah, you see, can it? Even the back got something there. Can it include the back?
1,
2,
2, 3,
this,
4.
I don't understand why
5, 6.
this
Yeah.
A very simple book where people you can just take 15 minutes to read through the entire stuff. People do not want to abide by this, simple agreement. Yes, yeah, we can say, oh, we love our country and we continue to just yeah. Okay, so Jethro Emmanuel Cole, if you are tuning in, please, we have a lot to do today. Yeah, we have a lot to do. Wellington back too, I have to place a call to you, and when we get signal, okay, yeah, okay. So let's now join C2B. Mr. Chris Sally is on there, and he has someone on the line from Luffa County.
Yeah, so I'm trying to connect the video coming from FOIA. It is not a good thing, actually. Just hold on a little bit. I hope what the commentator is saying of Liberia TV, I hope what he's saying, I hope it is not true. Let me see whether I can do the connection. Sorry. Oh my goodness, this is serious. And it is our hope that I'll have to bring. Yes, let me tell you what I have to redo this video before. That's so difficult to hear.
So maybe we could get it from here. You can also come here. Yeah, please come here. All right. Trying to get an audio from Aloha County. I was informed a sense of a WhatsApp call is coming in. Okay, so let me take it. Joshua Emmanuel Kole. Please let's keep calm. Yeah, just you can work on it, then we can. So let's get Jedro. Jedro, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madeline. Good afternoon, speaking radio land.
Okay, quickly. Yes, when you get signal, that just tell me. Yeah. So tell us about. You ready? It's set. Okay. Okay, just hold on a bit. Yeah, you can pour on WhatsApp.
So are you saying that a police commander killed one person from the Common Parliament? You killed one person to the better quality. Better quality. Now he's the one fire the man. He's the one that fired the man. So better quality use of firearm. Yeah. So he killed. He used gun to fire him and kill the woman. He used gun as police commander for the district. That's what happened in Foya district today. He's not here to protect the civilian. So as you can see, there is one of the citizens here that you follow every TV. If come up could be in that so why you mean it is a threat? It is a threat. It's not a threat, but the way people behave, and there's no concrete person that will come from CDC and tell them, say, you will not behave good. The only thing they could do, they were escaping, they escape with them and what have you. They're killing people, they're winners, and what have you. So it's not good. And then there's a chaos that took place in the fence there by the police commando firing the firearm. For now, I was not present because there's a population. I will not be changed to I was not back. But what I will tell you, what the CDC has done today in the district, if I would, for that district.
All right. It's a sad one. I think you already listened, and if you are watching too, you also see
you can see it live.
Yeah. So according to today, Liberia TV 12 minutes ago. All right. Please keep calm wherever you are. Things will be put under control. That's why we will sit here and tell you that we have to remain peaceful. One of the principles we usually say on this platform, one of the principles, not our words, right? One of the principles of democracy is political tolerance. You have your side, I have my side. Everyone should have the right to affiliate. Everyone should have the right to campaign. Everyone should have the right to carry on their activities. So if I look here in the Farmington Agreement, they say this one says campaign management, and this it says during a campaign, do your best not to say things that may cause problems or make people go against other people to the point that they may harm other people. So another one says, do not tear down or spoil posters, stickers, flyers, or any campaign things from the other party or belongs to the big or belongs to NEC, right? And they say big voting house, right? Everything is just like so simple English. I've really never seen a very big warrior that never broke down, that everyone can be able to understand. But yes, things will be put under control. Let us remain calm. Yeah, so we have with us district candidate, district number 1, representative candidate Jedro Emmanuel Colette, and he will be launching on tomorrow. Sir, it's good to have you on. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get you on speaker. Yes, yeah, it's good to have you on. Hello.
I'm on. Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
You get me?
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad to be live on your platform. I want to say good afternoon to people out there in District Number 1 and you and your colleague studio. I'm Jeffrey Mangole.
Okay, so I think let's leave the WhatsApp call. I'm about to call you quick, and so because we have other things doing, it's being interrupted. So let me call you direct.
Thank you, no.
Okay. Let me try to get him correct because the call is actually breaking in. So we're trying to connect with him. And this the number one say everybody endorsed running for voting. Okay, yes, it's good to have you on, Jedro.
Thank you very much. Again,
So are you the only one launching tomorrow in District Number 1?
Most likely, I don't know about others, but I think in the Ikiridward area, I'm the only one launching there tomorrow. And we have geared up everything. I think, yes, we are in full high gear to be able to launch. And we are going to have the biggest launch in our district because we've been watching other people launch their campaign. And they haven't been able to fool the crowd as we will do on tomorrow. And right after our launch tomorrow, indeed, people in the district will determine or will decide who's their next lawmaker.
All right. So tell us about the activities for tomorrow. How it's going to start and where you're going to end it. Where the launch is exactly going to take place.
The launch is going to take place right on Kiridward football field, right about the Sophia area there. Those that on Kiridward know the place on the VOA room. And the next thing is that we will all stop around those that come from Wakov. Then people will stop around King Farm. That King Farm that then will begin a march from to go straight to Kiridward. And then the other group of people will start from Franktown to go straight to the football field in Kiridward as well. So we will be helping a lot of people from Tony also. We will go for them around Mauritius Farm. We'll bring them also to be a part of the launch. And because the district is far apart, we will not get everyone from Tony, but we have asked those that are along the road that we can be able to pick them up to be able to come and be a part of this all unique launch tomorrow.
All right. So how many do you have auxiliaries within your team? I mean your team Jedro?
Yes, my team is overwhelmed with a lot of auxiliaries, especially women and young people. On our listing, we have about 15 women auxiliary groupings. They have decided to support us, and they will be there tomorrow. Some of them are wearing their own t-shirts, and some are coming up. And also, those students we have graduated, total of 800 of them that we have trained through our empowerment program. They will wear their t-shirt also. They will be on the program. And we got a lot of youth grouping that have pledged their support to us. Just lately, we got about 10 of them joining the first 15 youth grouping. So we have like 25 youth grouping within the district, especially the Plateau Town area, New Jerusalem community, Fenya community, Peace Island. They all will be there on tomorrow for our launch because they see themselves in need. Our message has resonated with them, and they have decided to support us in these elections.
Yeah, so you have word for your supporters. Maybe some of them are in town, and tell them something.
So we want to say to everybody that supports Jethro Emmanuel Colette, we are outside tomorrow in Kiridward. We want to see you there. If you are close there, just walk straight there and go to King Farm. You go Kiridward, you will see us there. But I want to say to everyone, please bring one thing for home. If you have nothing else to bring for home, which is good behavior. If anyone see that you are doing anything, please, we don't want electoral violence. So we say no to it. What we just heard from Lupa, and so it's happening. So we want to put up very good leadership because we are the next leader of that district. So we want to show ourselves differently. If somebody pick on you, let it go. Let us come and celebrate. That is a free victory celebration. So we don't want anybody to fight there. We don't want something like that. If somebody, even from the opposition camp that want to pick on us, avoid them. They know we are in leadership now. We don't want to be in your forcing the issues. So let's avoid them. Let's see how we have a unique program so that indeed people will know that young people in leadership, we are fully prepared. We are young leaders prepared to solve tomorrow's problem. So we just want that message to go out to our people. I want you to come out come out in your normal. Let's celebrate. Because tomorrow we'll talk about major issues that are affecting us, the issue about electricity, the issue about water, road networking. We will begin our advocacy again tomorrow when we are lawmakers, because indeed you give me the mantle as of tomorrow's morning. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, a wonderful peace message. The reason why I asked you whether you are you going to be the only one launching tomorrow or have any activities tomorrow, because we've seen clash around, and you also listen to what's happening in Lofa, which will be under control very soon, to avoid clash. So thank God you put it right, your peace message, and continue to preach peace, talk to your supporters. Yeah.
And Madeline, what we have a team set up at SAAH that will be there in the crowd control unit. Even if somebody will be launching, because they're not going to be encouraged, and our people going, we're going to safeguard them not to get involved in the other people's activities if there is anybody. And then we just want to be ourselves, because believe me, we have been attacked more than any other candidate in the race. They have thrown our flyers down, they have thrown our banners, they have taken everything aside, yet they cannot fear us in the heart of the people. So we avoiding everyone that brought that to us. In fact, I told my people, do not fight for me. And I want to re-echo this. Don't fight for me. Tell them who I am. That is just enough. Don't fight for me. Don't fight anybody. Don't fight your brother because of me. If they say I did, I got tell them to prove it. They can prove it. Tell them to know. That's not the man I know. That's how it lives things. But tomorrow we are all officers. Come on, come on. Team Jet will be launching tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Wonderful. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the call.
Okay. Jedro Emmanuel Cole, district candidate, district number 1 candidate.
Yes, I think, yeah. You know, he has been doing a lot of work in that district number 1. And, you know, as a young person, like Joshua is he's very passionate. I have worked with him before. I know what kind of person he is. Okay. He's just like you. When he wants something done, he will not give you a chance.
What? He's my birthday middle.
Yeah, he will keep embarrassing you. And he's good. He's yes. We really hope, like you said, it's a difficult process going to district number 1, especially as a young person. Yeah, many people don't believe in young people. They don't believe in their ability, but I know the kind of work that Jethro have done in district number 1. The people in Carisburg, in Tody, in Backley, in Banksonville, and all the surrounding towns there in district number 1 will see reason and to support. If I had the opportunity to have registered in a district, probably I would have voted for him. But again, he has a moral support. Probably we will send something there. You and myself. Like me, because you.
I just laugh.
Okay, I think you are trying to establish.
Mommy, I beg you. Can you imagine the last time somebody texted me? Yeah. So.
What the person say?
Mommy, you gotta wreck here, please. Don't be that already. So I'm trying to get a witty thing, but let me get that off my back. I don't want to forget. Sometimes I just forget it. Yeah. So somebody texted me, said, Magdalene, I beg you, man, press somebody in a hospital. I just need like $400, and I mean it's actually a small money, but I mean. I'm a media person, for God's sake, in Liberia.
Yeah.
I'm not. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah,
and so many times people just call in line and say, "Isn't that like do SOS call for me?" But they want it from my pocket. My people.
Yeah, you know that's I normally say, Madeline here in Liberia. Why you trying to place a call to our online guests? Normally the expectation of people are very, very high. Yeah, but yeah, one thing that you both should understand is in Liberia, professionals are not respected here. It's difficult as a professional person to make it here. That's why you see everyone is turning to politics. And
people walk up many times in the office.
Yes, people feel that you got so much, they feel that you sit on the radio and talk, but it's not so. Yeah, it's really, really challenging.
I will not start going in and say, "Oh, I can't eat and stuff like that." But this is Liberia, and we are in the media.
Media is really, really strong. Not only the media, but every professional.
No, I mean, in the media, not that up.
I can talk for other people, but professional is difficult. That's why I normally say that is the reason why you see all of our people turning to politicians. Our musicians now, you see many of them turning to politicians to survive. That's how it works. That's the only way you can make it here to be flamboyant.
Okay. Willie, I'm trying to call you. Willie, I'm trying to call you. Willie Tingba, I'm trying to call you.
Yeah, so like you are saying, it's difficult, and please drop your expectation, my
Yes,
sister.
I tell you something. Your
Football.
money is a phone out. That's what you, Chris. Oh wow. Yeah. Willie Tingba, how are you, sir?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, good. Are you on motorbike?
Yes, I'm on motorbike.
My man, just stop that motorbike. Let's talk a few minutes about your book launch. Is it tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is the book launch.
All right, tell us more about the book launch in the next 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll take you for at least 5 minutes. Hello? Hello? Yeah, mommy, go on. Tell us about the book launch. Pack the bike in.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Continue. I'm a librarian. I'm also a digital right advocate. I've been doing it for the past 8 years.
Yes, whether you are coming in broken, can you please change your location a little bit? Hello? Wow. Please, can you please change your location, Willie? You are coming very broken. Wow, probably will try to reconnect with Willie. His background is really, 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 really bad. So let's try to reconnect with him and see. But the internet is really, really bad. So like we said, we trying to contact Willie Timba, a young Liberian book writer. He should be launching a book on tomorrow, and we're trying to establish contact with him to tell us exactly what are the process tomorrow for the launching, how much for the book, and all of that. Probably we try to establish contact with him directly, but on the internet,
it's giving hard time. So yes. we have to go to the CPP headquarters. We announced to you earlier that Mr. Cummins is addressing the press at the CPP headquarters. Getting some terrible feedback. Yeah, so are we set now to go there? So yeah, but let's get this one.
Africa Salon. So far, yes, we want transparent election.
Transparent election.
Yes, transparent. Yeah, we are suffering to get too much of hunger. When you use once you use boku money, you know the if you go work 1 million, you pay transport. We are suffering for transportation inside you. You get me clear. One changes. Then it one transparent election. We need nothing. It gets change over 2018 for one people. But it's still the hunger. Why that's for me? I mean, I never didn't say again. Why that's for me? The lepers in Sarayu or have a cup of tea.
We have TV is on there.
No, TV are bringing it. We are TV on there.
I'm Sierra. You get me clear. So fast, one changes.
Right here.
Yeah, I thought we had TV on there.
Who's speaking?
Yeah, I think speaking. Click on down there. You're really important.
Oh yeah.
Be doing your show. Opportunity to be here and to just speak to your hearts, speak to your minds, and speak to your intellect. We want to say today that the Liberian National Union is moving forward, and we want each and every one of you to encourage your family members and friends. We want you to encourage them to come out on October 5 at the ATS, and we are asking each and every one of you to encourage your family members and friends, and your children, their husband, your wives, and whoever. The reason why you need the Liberian National Union is primarily because we need a new Liberia. And the only way we can get a new Liberia is except we as Liberians go to the pool, vote number 13. October 10, vote number 13. In 2005, we had
Anyway, no, how are you doing? So very happy to be here. Like you said, I just came back from the rural areas. Uh, it was an extended trip, and for the last 10, 11 days, we first went to Maghdalenene and then Bong, Nimba, and then we went to Granjida. And then we picked up from Swaju yesterday at 2 p.m. We arrived here at 9 in the morning. So about 17 straight hours we drove, So, but yeah. I completely carried gas station with me. We took 2 full barrels of fuel, and still that wasn't enough. Because obviously when I'm moving now, you have to move with 3, 4, 5 cars at a time. You're moving with a team of people. So no, but it was good. But no, unfortunately for me, I don't have government, to get a helicopter. So,
Wow.
we're able to, we use 4 or 5 cars and we moved around, just engaging. And normally how we do our campaign is very simple. We stop town to town for village.
Yeah, but I really want to know the condition of the roads.
Yes.
Oh, not good at all. Not good at all. Luckily we never, the last time I went to Lofa like a month ago, we slept on the road. Me and my vice chancellor, Barry Grace Pond, we slept on the road. But this time, even though it was bad, and it was even worse than the Lofa road, but fortunately for us, we didn't sleep on the road. So, the road conditions are very bad, man. And so this is why when I talk to the people of Liberia, I was talking to the people of Granjida, that it's like, let's be very clear. The past in this country has not been good enough for anybody in Liberia. Let's be very clear about that. Every time we talk about, since 2005, it's been UPCDC, 2005, 2011, 2017. So it's almost like we're struggling in the control. Y'all go back, try again. Corruption too much in the control. Y'all go back, try again. No good rules. Y'all go back, try again. To change Liberia, we have to change the face of the people who are leading this country.
Yes,
so that's the message we've been giving people around. But no, very happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
So Dolo, before you come in, let me say thank you once again for attending the debate. It was exceptional, and you were also exceptional, and the rest of the candidates as well. So thanks so kindly for.
No, listen, that does not make me feel exceptional. If I was exceptional, then all the candidates are exceptional. You have to tell me today if I won the debate or not. What kind of exceptional?
Everyone wins.
No, but I do not take your exceptional compliments.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I mean, your manifesto was clearly
Thank you very
explained. And yes, like I told you, we had over 22,000 people watching.
Oh wow!
Yes, it will have other people following from other. That was one network, but people keep telling us, "Thank you for the well-organized program." I want to appreciate you too for honoring our invitation.
But congratulations to you and Chris, and because again, this is what our democracy needs. Well, we have a country where presidential candidates refuse to show up to debate, and then we take them. Honestly, at this point, Magdalene, as you can tell, my frustration is very high because there's about 15 days left, and you continue to strive.
You said what?
To the people.
15
How many more days left?
Wait,
wow. It's even less than so okay, but then my frustration is even going to be higher. But at a certain point, you continue to talk to the people of Liberia. Listen, to change Liberia, we cannot continue to think the way we think. You are having a presidential debate. One of the leading radio stations in the country is having a presidential debate, and people choose not to come just because they don't. What is your platform? What do you want to do in education? What do you want to do in healthcare? It's not about we voting for that man because he's popular. It's not about voting for that man because he's been around a long time. Let's just give it to him. It has to be about the policies. It has to be about the platform. And so my frustration sometimes, when you talk to the people of Liberia, you have to ask the question, what does this political party want to do when it comes to agriculture? For us at Liberian National Union, for us in our candidacy, we are very clear on what we want to do. And I guess we'll get into that. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to take you back to Granjida and how significant is Granjida, because all of the countries are very close to you. But looking at the history of that, for Clarence Manimba and the parents and all of that, how significant was the trip to Granjida?
Listen, honestly, man, I was so proud to be back in Granjida, and my name in Granjida is now Ghibli, which means coming home, or our son, basically it's their son has come home.
Come home or coming home? One of them.
Only one of them.
Yes.
What kind of how they said it was come home.
Okay, come home.
Right,
Okay,
come home.
okay.
Basically, he has come home.
Okay.
You know, like it could be used and I'm sure a lot of people from Grangita will call in and correct me. But basically, it's like, you know, your son or your hero or your conqueror or some, you know, have come home. And so that's the name they gave me. I'm so proud. Listen, I'm proud of the relationship that we have with the people of Grangita. Not only my family, in terms of the Moniba family, but also the people of Lofa. You know, this relationship, I think, was cemented with the relationship that my father...
That's the relationship I want to know.
Yeah, you know, I think it was cemented with the contributions and the partnership that my father, Dr. Harry Moniba, had with the late President SKD, Samuel K. Doe. You know, and I think if people know my father, if anything they know about my father is that not only was he loyal, but you will not find one single person in Liberia or anywhere in the world who would ever say that Dr. Harry Moniba stole money. Dr. Harry Moniba told them to kill somebody. Dr. Harry Moniba told them to, you know, so he has this good legacy, great legacy that I'm so proud to be standing on and building. And so when I got back to Grangita, I mean, the people honestly received me as one of their sons. I even spent the night in Tucson. I actually spent the night with a first cousin of Dole. And so it was good to be back in Grangita. It was good to be engaging with the people of Grangita. But like I said, they really received me because they appreciate the work and service my father did. So even when you go, there's a nice statue, and I wish Liberia would do this for more of past leaders. But they have a beautiful statue in the middle of Zwedru for the former President Dole.
Okay.
Nice life-size statue, very beautiful. I'll actually post a picture of it on my Facebook.
So how's the living condition?
The living conditions is poor like everywhere else in Liberia. You know, when you drive around Liberia, it's honestly, and that's why I say the past has not been good enough for us here in Liberia. That's why this election cannot be about the past. It cannot even be about the present today, because even today is not good enough for the people of Liberia. Sometimes when I say this, people can get shocked when I say it, but listen, the Liberia we are living in today is not good enough for any Liberian. Let's be very clear about that. The Liberia we are living in today is not good enough for any Liberian. And when people, oh, what do you mean by that? Look at the schools your children are going to. The fact that we still have 5, 6 years old doing bucket on the head to go bathe, to go fetch or draw water, it's not good enough. The fact that when you see the road conditions, people in Grangita, just like the people in Nimba, because we go through Nimba, the people in Bond, when even Makibi, every county looks exactly the same, which is underdeveloped. No good roads, no good schools, no good hospitals. So what do we have to show? So that's why my frustration sometimes comes in. You know, I'm using that word in it, but my frustration comes when the people of Liberia continue to think the way we think. 2005 was UPCDC, 2011 UPCDC, 2017 UPCDC. And in 2023, after you are complaining, actively complaining, and you are suffering. You see the country, you see the conditions of this country, and then you still want to continue the same trend. To change this country, we have to change the people who are leading this country. It's that simple. But going back to your question about the living conditions of the people, it's very poor, like it is all throughout Liberia. Outdoor toilet. I mean, you know, listen. At some point, like you know, there's everybody. You know, you talking to the choir because everybody sees the struggle in Liberia. Everybody sees it. So, but I always end up, and I always begin most of my speeches with a very simple thing: Liberia will be a great nation one day, but only Liberians can fix Liberia. And how we can do it in terms of the masses is to start to elect people who will stand in front of you and not send a surrogate and tell them, this is what we are going to do in the education sector. This is what we are going to do in the healthcare sector, in international relations, in education. Once we get people like that, then we can slowly start to move our country. But right now, when I talk to a lot of people who support certain political parties, they're like, what does he want to do in education? We know. But we didn't know that had time. Okay, but then it will continue to be your time to suffer. It will continue to be Liberia's time for underdevelopment. We have to start to hold leaders accountable. And that's what we do not do. And so, you know, when I go out, I always tell people when I speak, in public, whether they're in like on radio now or in front of a crowd, I tell people, I say, if you leave here and thinking the same way after hearing me speak, that means I did not do my job.
Doctor, you are speaking as though the message is not resonating Liberians.
No. It is. It is. I just needed to resonate faster, but it 100% resonate. And so I'm proud of. Listen, I would not be talking to 10, 12 towns a day if it was not resonating. I would just go sit at home, but it is resonating. The reason I'm talking like this is because I feel desperate, not only for myself, but for the people of Liberia.
But we are gradually closing. If you look at the sub-region, you making more emphasis on two-party, Unity Party, and CDC. If you look in the sub-region, Sierra Leone, for example, it has been two-party in the last 5 elections. Ghana, the same thing. Nigeria, the same thing. And why would you want to say people should not just rely on these two parties?
Well, look, are you happy with the country of Liberia today?
It depends.
No, man, don't do that political thing with me. Are you happy with Liberia today?
Is that of class man not happy?
I am not happy. That's why I'm running for president. I'm absolutely not happy. There's no way you can be a Liberian and see the schools that people of Liberia are going to and be happy. There's no way you can be a Liberian and see that we have to import rice from India before a Liberian person can eat and say you're happy. So absolutely not. I'm not running. If I was happy with Liberia, trust me, I would not be running for president. I always tell people you have to become the change that you want to see in this country. If you want to educate that country, you educate yourself. You want a clean country, you clean your home, you clean your community. You want a corrupt-free country, don't support corruption, don't engage in it. And so I'm running because I want to be the change that Liberia needs. I truly believe that we need a leader at this point who is educated, who is competent, who has the vision, who has the character, who has the experience, who has the energy to transform this country. Again, it cannot just be, a discussion point. Oh yeah, we want change. What is the change? And so this is why I always go back to, I want the people of Liberia. And so, no, but you're right. Maybe I sound frustrated, but I think I'm more desperate for the people of Liberia to make a sound decision. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, you forced to vote for me. But I want you to vote for somebody not based on party lines. That's what is failing this country. Oh, that my party I'm voting for it. What is your party saying they are going to do? Or what has your party done? And, I've worked in government before. I worked in the previous administration. And so I'm not trying to sit here and say they were all bad. But what I'm trying to say is that when you are going to vote in 10, 12 days, according to MAGDALENE, it has to be very clear. I'm voting for this party because in education, they are going to do this. For us in education, we are going to ensure that everybody who graduates from high school has 2 years of technical and vocational training. We are clear on that. In agriculture, there are 15 counties in Liberia. Every single county in this country will be responsible to grow something for the people of Liberia to eat. So Lofa, Bong, Babalu, for me, for example, will grow all the rice that the people of Liberia will need. You go to Nimba, you go to Grange, they will grow cocoa, cassava.
And there will be competition.
And there will be competition because... Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I wanted to take you somewhere else, but you can land.
No. You can anywhere you want to take me. Let's go.
Okay, so have you reached the 15 counties?
To be honest, we were supposed to finish with Sino and with River G and Maryland, but the road conditions would not let us. And going to your point, we did not have a helicopter, but everywhere else we have engaged, we have reached. We have talked to, we have strong teams there, committed people who want to see a new Liberia, which is our slogan, a new Liberia. So, but yeah, River G, Sino, and Grand Crew, those are the 3 that we have not been able to reach. And we were supposed to reach it this past week, but due to road conditions, it was impossible.
But do you have constituents there? Do you have
we have
in your
coordinators, chairpersons?
Yeah, we are one of the few political parties in the country that has political candidates in every single county. We have 48 people running on our ticket, which is the 3rd highest in the country. And so, no, we are truly going to build a political party that represents not only the people of Liberia, but that redefines what it means to be a politician. I continue to tell the people of Liberia and everybody, at some point, Liberia is going to be a great country. But normally the frustration comes in Liberia now when they hear politicians, they say, they're coming again, they're coming lala to us again. But at some point, because we have to agree that there are good Liberians in this country. The two of y'all, ain't y'all good Liberians?
Of course.
And y'all want to see good for Liberia? Yeah. So, we have to agree that there are good Liberians in this country. Not everybody who run for office wants to break. There are people who want to build. There are people who want to empower. So therefore, those people now have to show themselves and also run for office so that we can transform Liberia once and for all. And more importantly, not one single person is going to transform Liberia by themselves. It's going to take every single Liberian. And so that's the message I give. So yes, we have a political party that we hope and we expect to be one of the formidable parties in this country, not only in this election, but for the foreseeable future. We have 44 representatives and 4 senators. We expect 8, 9, 10 of them to win. We truly do, because we have some very, very, very strong candidates all over. So in River G, we have people in Grangia, in Sino, in Grand. We have people who are expected to win in these counties. So yes, we really feel like we're building something. So
yeah, on a serious note, you sound you sound frustrated. This is not the voice. I don't know whether you is because of
maybe it's because I
trip.
drove 17. Yeah, maybe it's just because I've been coming. We literally, I'm telling you, and honestly, hats off to the team. But we left Zwaju at 2 p.m. yesterday.
Have you received the FRR from the National Elections Commission? I read an article the last time, and you were actually requesting, I think it was some part of last week.
Oh, the final voters roll?
Yeah. So
no, I haven't received it. Maybe my team has, but honestly, I just came back. So what's your view? What up to now, I don't think we're gonna get it. But at the end of the day,
you don't think you're gonna get it from?
I don't think so, because if we would have gotten it, I think we would have gotten it by now. But the fact that I'm still going through the process, so listen, we have to go through the process. We have to build our democracy. So at the end of the day, we pray that NEC will do the right thing. Again, NEC are also Liberians, people who work at NEC. My brother actually used to work at NEC as well. So there are good Liberians who work there. We'll see how this plays out. I don't want to sit here and say, "Oh, these people are going to cheat." I'm not in a position right now to say it. So let's go through the process and see how it works.
Well, yeah, in the article you did not say, it's a right as a presidential candidate to, request, to hold the feet of the commissioners to fire.
It is, and we are doing so. We have been collaborating with other political parties. We have made our requests known, not only domestically in letters to NEC officially, but also to the international community as well. So, but for me, as a political leader and somebody who is trying to make the people of Liberia understand that we deserve a better country, we have a strong team. We have a strong team of lawyers who is dealing with that. We have a strong party system, and so for us, listen, we are participating in this process because we believe in greater good for Liberia.
Does the delay in the publication of this FRR undermines election in any way?
It brings it. I don't know if it undermines it, but it brings it into question. And so, which depending how you want to look at it, could potentially undermine it. But like I said, let's see how it is. For me, my main focus, to be frank with you, is to make sure that people understand our platform. And our platform is very simple. I will say it again, so people who are listening can understand fully what we want to do. In education, everybody who graduates from high school, in their junior year, they will get theoretical. Senior year, they will get practical. Everybody will get 2 years.
Yes, I think we want to go back to that. Can you tell us how applicable would this be, particularly talking about across the country, students graduating from high school having technical skill? How will it work?
And so that's kind of what I was kind of just, your junior year, we have to start doing practical. And I just left Zwaju Multilateral School yesterday. Hundreds of children, they are so excited for the future. But what we have to do, we have to look at what other countries have done and emulate the best thing they have done. Germany is the country that did this. And right now they have some of the best technical and vocational in the world. It's just very simple. Junior year again, let children decide if they want to be carpenters, plumbers, electricians, masons, caterers, mechanics, anything. And let them learn theory. In the senior year, let them start learning practical in the communities as we build up their ability to to build technical and vocational schools in every district, and then you start to break it down into, into major communities. But we have to be able to afford, the hardest thing about leadership in life is not necessarily, okay, you have to be able to set a vision first. And my vision, the vision for my party, the vision for our leadership, myself and Grace Pond, our Vice Chancellor Barrett, it's very simple, that we have to give the young people of this country a skill. Once we give them a skill, then they now have an opportunity not to only be forced to sell Lone Star Minis, orange minis, but they can now say, you know what, I'm a carpenter. If I'm from Grand Jita, I'm going to sign up to start my own carpentry business. If I'm from Bassa, I'm going to Lova to start my own electrical business. So the first thing we have to do, especially as leaders, is to set a vision. So once we set that vision, then we go about, and that's why it's so important to get a leader who not only can travel around the world, but who have negotiated hundreds of millions of dollars for this country. I'm proud to say I have done that, and I'm also proud to say, like my father, not one single person would ever accuse me of stealing one single dollar or taking one single dollar and thanking money. So we need leaders who can not only think and apply their vision, but be able to go out to the international community, work with the World Bank, a place I have worked at as a consultant, worked at with the African Development Bank, a place I have worked as a consultant, work with the United Nations, a place I have also worked as a consultant, and be able to bring in resources and foreign direct investment to transform the lives of every Liberian. So in education, we are clear. We have to give opportunities to the young people of this country.
We will be limited to public school, that means providing these materials, because this is it will be cost intensive. Having vocational schools, all the multilaterals and public high school across the country.
Yeah, it will be expensive, but what's more expensive than that is allowing our children to continue to graduate without it. So that's 10 times more expensive than than ensuring that we put in the building blocks to ensure that the young people of this country have a skill. So what's killing this country, the reason why everybody crying about, kush, disadvantaged youth, so it's simply because they don't have the opportunity to develop and build upon their lives. Again, you graduate from high school, then what is the option? Pen, motorbike, keke, Lone Star Mini, orange minis. We have failed as a country. And again, I'm not blaming anybody. I don't want anybody to sit there and say, but we as a country have failed the younger generation of this country in giving them opportunities to thrive and really be able to make something of themselves. And that's why we continue to create beggars in this country. Nobody in Liberia wants to be a beggar. But by the time you meet somebody, please help me, because we haven't given them the opportunity to help themselves.
So yes, we all know the country suffer from civil unrest, and it takes a longer time. It's a gradual process to get back, to where it is, or to, to meet up to get on par with other countries. So can we, not, I don't want to say blame, the leave out of what we are going through on the war, the civil war that we all went through, but can we say yes, we can, the civil war too can be responsible for what happened, because on a serious note, I always said it, this government is 6 years. The government that you serve is serve for 12 years, and then the rest of it there. But yes, the civil war took away over 250,000 lives and livelihood as well. So yes, can we also blame, in quotation, blame the war for some of the things that we are going through?
I think in the first 3, 4, 5, 6 years maybe, but at this point we are 20 years out, and so we cannot continue to use the war as of course it played a factor into it. A lot of people left the country, a lot of human resources left the country. It's very difficult to we were better off in 1989, I think, in Liberia than we are today.
Sure.
Because more people, more places, I think electricity was more reliable. The school system itself was a little bit more credible. Our teachers were paid a little bit better, and they had better facilities. So of course, there's so many things that we have better. Even when you look at the road system in Liberia, even that Bangam and Koma road that we are crying about, they have broken ground to fix that. There's so many different things out in Zwedru. When you see the concrete that's in the middle of Zwedru right now that was built in 1986, imagine if we would have continued that and not. So yes, you can blame the war to some degree, but 20 years later, we cannot continue to use the war as a crutch. We now have to use it as a foundation to say we broke everything down in our country. Stupidly, we killed each other and we broke everything down.
And you continue to promise, make this as a pledge. Is it pledge?
Which one?
That you support the war crimes. Did you sign it at the Single Palace Hotel? The folks from the civil society organization. Did you sign any paper, any agreement?
No, I didn't sign any agreement.
Okay.
At the Single Palace Hotel.
All right.
I didn't sign any agreement.
So I have the Farmington River Declaration, and I have here you sign. You sign this, and yes, it's just 4-5 pages. I will, respecting this paper we sign up to. This agreement.
I don't. It depends how you look at it. I'm being told there's a riot in Lofa right now as we speak. Are the presidential candidate following it themselves? Yes. I haven't seen any presidential candidate, him or herself, act out of place. But are the political parties following it? Are the supporters of myself and the other leading candidate following it? I honestly can't speak for themselves. But what I always tell my people, and what I always tell the Liberian people, please, I beg you, don't die for any politician. I'm begging everybody who is listening, do not die for politics. We are supposed to be living and thriving together, not dying. Because this is what will happen. And let's be very honest. You will go out there, you got 2 children there, you will go out there in the street, start chunking petrol bomb, start killing each other, and when you die, that political party will come and give your family $250 and give you promise that your children will go to school, give your wife promise or your husband promise, and then it's finished. So I'm begging the people of Liberia, do not. I beg you, y'all stay off the streets when it comes to rioting. It's not worth it. We have to be figuring out how we are all going to live together, how we are all going to build together, please. And that's why, in 1990, when the war came about and Doe was killed, and the war was going to, of course, the war continued, but there was a segment of military people who came to my mind and said, oh, we have to fight. We have to continue to fight to make you president. And I'm so proud because my father said, if one single Liberian has to die for me to become president, then I do not want it. And that's the same stance I have, and I hope other presidential candidates, the reason why they signed the Farmington Declaration is for that reason, to understand that no one person's life is worth a position in government. So, I hope we continue to follow it. I hope the people of Liberia understand that it's not worth burning the country, chunking petrol bombs, or anything of the sort, because that also affects foreign direct investment that needs to come into the country. So there's so many factors to it. I hope we continue to remain peaceful, although I'm told right now we are not being too peaceful in my home county of Lofa. So I beg your Lofians, y'all stop that.
All right. So yes, you have your manifesto. You've appeared here so many times at the debate and everything, but I would like you to line them up in order of importance. Yes, you talk about agriculture, education. Those 2 things have stuck in my mind. Your plans that you have when you become president. So which one comes first in order of importance?
It's very difficult to do agriculture, healthcare, education. It's very difficult to separate the two, because in agriculture, like I said, we must be self-sufficient in our staple food of rice. If not, then we cannot continue to rely on somebody in India to grow rice, to put it in a bag, to put it in a ship, to send it to Freeport, Liberia, before Liberian men can eat. So that's extremely important. But what's also extremely important is the fact that we continue to graduate people from high school who unfortunately can barely read and write.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hmm. So, all of these things, deprive corruption, deprive the people of Liberia, and also it is also extended to other nationals because so as long as you are in Liberia, you get affected if these things are not put in place. So, corruption, has kept us backward, have taken a lot from us. And so what plans, your plans for corrupt officials, those who I know have embezzled, if you become president for this great nation, whether 2023, whether 2029, whether anytime you become president, what measures are you going to take against corrupt officials?
Understand that we will not be able to fight corruption in Liberia. We will not be able to fight drugs in Liberia if people do not go to jail in Liberia. A few months ago, $100 million was seized at the port, and what did we say? Nobody was found guilty. Nobody's in jail. The Liberian people will stop. So what we have to be able to do first, we need to do asset declaration. We cannot take any government serious when officials take over government and they don't tell the people of Liberia what they have in their bank accounts. They don't tell the people of Liberia what type of businesses and houses they have. So 6 months later, we'll be able to assess how you'll be assistant minister. You renting 2-bedroom house. 6 months later, you're building five-story complex. Then we have to ask questions. Maybe you got lucky, but fine. Show us how you got lucky. So first is the declaration. We have to be very clear on that. The second thing we have to be able to do is to be very clear that if somebody is accused of corruption, he gets suspended immediately without pay. But then you immediately also start the process of the prosecution process in terms of doing the investigation, having a special court to be able to adjudicate the case. So within a matter of a month or so, you are very clear what direction you're going to go. If the person is found guilty, you of course make sure they go to jail and they restitute. So you can't steal $100,000. You steal $100,000. You go to jail for 6 months. You come outside $100,000 waiting for you. No, you have to be able to steal the $100,000, and we go to your home, your property, your businesses, and sell those things to be able to give the Liberian people back their money, which will go into education and better healthcare and everything else that we're talking about. So corruption means going to jail and paying restitution. Mandatory jail.
Yeah, we listened to your former boss before, Mama Ellen Johnson. Sally, she said corruption is so systemic here in Liberia. We listened to even the current president when he said, "Bide, Jawab Bide, when they take action, you people talk." And it seems as though, or it is that we have had that political will being to be exhibited by president over the years. And what assurance can you give Liberians in relation to fighting corruption? What assurance can you give in relation to exercising that political will which have been lacking over the years in fighting corruption?
You know, I always tell people at some point, again, I'll say it, I think maybe the third time on this interview, one day Liberia is going to be a great country. One day Liberia is going to fight corruption successfully. One day Liberia is going to be able to connect all of the county capital roads. One day we're going to give the young people of this country an opportunity to learn the skill to be able to sustain themselves. Let that one day begin today. So the reason I'm running for president is not to be able to say, oh, you know, we try to fight corruption. No, my goal for running for president is to ensure that Liberia becomes one of the best countries in Africa. And that's the mindset, you know, we have to be able to attract. So sometimes when you hear my frustration, it's not even frustration, it's just the anxiety of looking at the people of Liberia and saying, the country we have is not by mistake. We continue to make the wrong decisions and then we expect for things to work out. We the same people who are yelling, you kill my mom, you kill my papa, will vote for you. You know both will vote for you. And then we cry 1 week later, 2 weeks later, when things are not going right. And so again, the idea of me running for president is not to say, oh yeah, I'm president, y'all look at me. No, the idea for me running for president is so that I can ensure the transformation of this country. And so that's why I always say there are good people in Liberia who want to do good for this country. I'm proud to say that I'm one of them. I'm proud to say that my bystander, Grace Pond, is one of them who have fought corruption at the highest of level, recording somebody who tried to bribe her and releasing the tapes. You know, so these are the type of people we need in government. These are the type of people who need to lead the transformation of Liberia.
Would Dr. Clarence Manoba be able to jail, for example, his finance minister, quote unquote, best friend, just in case that person is caught in corruption or let corruption allegation been leveled against that person? Will you have that courage to take such this decision?
Best friend, if he was trying to tarnish my legacy. So you could be my best friend, but you immediately stop being my best friend if you want me to look bad. Because what I'm fighting for, and I'm not ashamed to tell people, I'm fighting for a legacy.
You'll be creating more enemies for yourself.
But Chief, everybody is not going to like you. Everybody. Running for president, everybody is not going to like you. So when I'm running my government, and if I'm given the opportunity and the blessing by the people of Liberia to lead this country, I'm not worried about, oh, does this person like me? I'm worried about, is this person going to ruin my reputation? So 50 years from now, will people be able to say that Dr. Clarence Moniba was the greatest president in the history of Liberia because he was able to successfully transform the country? They're not going to be like, oh, his best friend and the family was mad at you.
How do you intend to make your ministers and heads of agency very much task-oriented?
Well, listen, I ran the President's Delivery Unit, which was focused on making sure the delivery of all the major projects was done. I also led the efforts to make all the ministers in the last couple of years sign contracts with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, which stipulated exactly by first quarter, by March, this is what the Ministry of Youth and Sports would be able to do. By May, this is what we want to have delivered. Once you hold people accountable for that and you give rewards or punishments based on that, because we have to be very clear, what do we want to accomplish on a year-to-year basis? Public Works, you cannot come to me if I'm the president of Liberia. Public Works, you cannot, and you dare not come to me and say, oh, we plan on building one road in Liberia for this year. I was like, but then you're making fun. Okay. We have to be talking about building all of the roads in Liberia within the first 6 years of our administration.
Okay, so I will read this. I got an information here from Spoon. It says that the Moniba paid for over 100 students WIC tutorial class fees from the Zedru Multilateral High School, both 12th and 9th graders, which each of them was to pay 3,500 Liberian dollars. He also provided funds for the reconstruction or restructuring of the blackboard in all of the classes, which was deplorable. He also offered scholarships to all of the best performing students through his Moniba Foundation and promised to continue his initiative in Grand Jide County. Aside from politics, whether they won or not, student representative asserted, on behalf of the student population, we want to thank you for coming through for us. To be honest, many of us couldn't afford the fees. We have blackboards that have turned white to the extent that we can't see the writing on the board. You are a true leader and a mentor. I admired you speaking for more than an hour without preaching politics, well, or making any political statement in your speech, but instead encouraging us to remain focused. You are the true definition of a good and educated leader.
And I was very happy.
That's 45 minutes ago from Spoon TV. Courtesy to them.
Okay, but then thank God for that. But no, honestly, I always tell people that politics will come and go. Right now, we have a president. Before that was Ellen. Before that, I was Taylor, then Doe, then Talbot, then Tubman. Presidents will always come and go. But the one thing that always remains the same in Liberia is Liberia.
Okay.
And so for us, again, this journey I'm on, this difficult journey I'm on, is to establish a legacy in this country. To be frank with you, and I don't hide it from people. I want to be known. And sometimes people can, but I really want to be known as one of the greatest Liberians in the history of this country. But the only way to do that is to ensure that you can help as many people in Liberia as possible. Because that's why I'm running for president. Because even we have a Money Back Foundation, that's been a family foundation that's been around for over 10 years now, and we've helped thousands of students. We've fed thousands of people during COVID. We've helped dozens of agricultural farms. We've cleaned up dozens of communities. We've helped hospitals around the country. We've done a lot, but it's still people are asking, what have you done? It's because one individual or one family foundation cannot do everything. And so that's why I'm running for president. So I'm very happy that Spoon was able to report that. But more importantly, I'm also happy that we're able to help those children. But it needs to be more. And so that's why I told them, I'm not giving this because of, I'm running for president. I'm giving this because we have all of these different things around the country. And we're going to continue to, God will bless us. We have the opportunity to lead this country. But at the end of the day, we are going to contribute to the development of Liberia, whether in office or whether out of office. We are going to make sure, meaning the Money Back Foundation, we are going to make sure that our family, that our we continue to develop so that everybody's lives tomorrow can be better than what it is today. So
we're not taking calls for the sake of time. We're not taking calls. We are sorry, but I was at a party headquarters today. I didn't see you. Yes, yeah. Your vice tenor bearer had an activity, and the place was so packed with women making commitment. I was just there. I really had a wonderful time with those women, and I laughed a lot, and it was so interesting.
No,
what activity actually you guys had today?
Well, you know what? Grace Pond is really and truly a mother. I can't overstate that. She has opened 48 churches in this country, plus she and her husband. She has a school, one of the best schools in Logantown. She has a clinic. She has helped so many people out of prostitution camps and ghettos. I really want it. Sometimes I really want the people of Liberia to know Grace Pond for who she really is. But anyway, she held a march today about women, and so it was I wasn't there, but it was hundreds and hundreds, and I think I don't know what the estimate was, but I saw pictures that were very, very impressive. I try not to say thousands and thousands of people.
There were many.
I don't want to get in the crowd counting game, but
but you're going to be having your lunch at ATS.
That one will get into the crowd counting game. We'll get into the crowd counting game.
And you also the crowd and the ring. So there are two things now: the crowd and the ring and the ATS.
Yeah, that's small person. You see, I just got more white. Well, listen, our whole hope is this. For Grace Pond, she was getting the women of this country together, and I think everybody was supposed to wear white. That's why I was confused when I see you now wearing white.
Oh.
But you were pay fun on that. But listen, her idea was to get the women of Liberia together to understand that yes, she is a mother. Yes, she's a political figure in this country and a formidable political future personality, but also she's a mother. She's a pastor, she's a teacher, and so she was getting women together to essentially be able to sit there and say, the future of Liberia is in our hands. The most important person in any family structure is the mother. I tell people for free, I respect my dad, but I know for a fact that my mom, Minita Moniba, is the backbone of the family.
Okay.
Everything that has really transpired in the Moniba family was just because of the strength, commitment, love, and support of my mother. And so, because of that, we understand the importance. And so, Grace Pound wanted to get the women of Liberia together to understand what role they have to play in our
So
country.
if we will host you before elections, that would also be good. But tell us about your launch. How is it going to go? Is October 5th?
It's October 5th.
Okay.
And to be frank with you, we have a strong team that's been playing it. Lloyd Scott, our campaign manager, Grace Pond, who's our Monserrato County chair, and our vice stand-up Eric. They are planning it in conjunction with the local party Chairman Sloju and everybody else. So, they are working on the plans. I'm sure I'll get briefed on the plans tomorrow to see where we are.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, our discussion was we have really taken on this town-to-town, village-to-village thing. In the 4 counties, I went to Magibi, Bong, Nimba, and Granjida. We literally visited over 60-something towns and villages. We stopped town to town. If there are 50 people, we stopped there, we talked to them because everybody in Liberia matters. And that was sometimes, and all of them were shocked. Oh, presidential candidate stopped in a small group like that. Yes, because not only does your vote matter, but your life matters, your development matters. So, and I always tell people, if I don't stop to a town that has 100 people, right, as the presidential candidate, and I'm begging for the vote, what do you think will happen when I become president? You think I'll even think about that town to develop? No, because the same excuse I use for not stopping there to talk to them during campaign is the same excuse I would use for not developing the place. I say the place too small, the place too far to develop. Go, for the people in Grand, like, oh, go to Zwedru. For the people in Von, go to Banga for development. Our platform, our plan is to make sure that every single town and village in Liberia is developed. Therefore, we have to campaign in every single town and village.
Okay, lastly, we have to take leave of you in a few seconds, but before we can take leave of you, someone says, kindly inquired for me, Magdalene, have all opposition parties agreed to unite against the CDC to remove them? Actually, the question is to you, and he's Mr. Lake from Magibi County.
I think whoever from the opposition who emerges, I'm praying is us simply because of one thing. I truly believe I represent the younger generation, the new generation of this country, being 44 years old. 85% of people in Nigeria are under the age of 45. I truly believe that when the young people of this country look in the mirror, they see me.
Yeah.
And when I look in the mirror, I also see them. I believe that our platform is stronger than anybody else who has been able to articulate it. And that's why these debates that y'all hosted, again, congratulations on that. It's so important for everybody to be able to sit down on the same playing field and listen to what we have to do. But at the end of the day, I do think there will be some type of opposition unity. And that's why it's so important for the people of Liberia to go and vote your choice in the first round.
So let me do a follow-up on his question. He's asking this. So would this unity go to the runoff?
With the unity of the opposition?
Yeah, if you don't, if you don't succeed in the first round, will this unity continues?
Let's
continue to the second round.
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
Mr. Laki.
Laki.
No, I'm just doing a follow-up.
No, I know, but I'm about to talk directly to Mr. Laki.
Okay.
Mr. Laki, please, I beg you, when you go vote number 13, okay? Go for Dr. Clarence Moniba and Grace Pond, and then we'll talk about all of that stuff on October 11th. I'm imploring the people of Liberia again, do not vote because you think somebody's going to win. Do not vote because this person is popular. In the first round, there is going to be a second round. So vote who you think is most capable to transform this country. If your candidate does not make it to the second round, then you can reassess. But, all the discussion about, opposition unity, let's leave that. I'm begging my voters and supporters, people who support me, people who support Grace Pond, people who support the idea of what we are trying to do. Please do not leave do not leave the vote simply because, it looking like they're a group. No, vote your conscience, vote for who you want to vote for, knowing and understanding that it's going to be a second round. So I'm begging all of our supporters, all of the younger generation in this country, all of our mothers and fathers who are supporting their son, because when I look at a lot of people look at me as their son, especially the older women and the older And I tell you, if your son stands up and you have educated him, you have shown him right from wrong, him or her, and they stand up, they say they want to do something, you will support that person. And so I'm asking all of our parents to support us. I'm asking our generation to believe that we do have the ability and responsibility to transform this country. So again, to Mr. Lackey, I'm begging you personally, because you are listening, to please go vote for Dr. Monima and Grace Pond, and let's transition and transform Liberia for the betterment of all Liberians.
All right. Okay, so is that your parting comment? Listen,
at this point now, I can talk for another hour if you wanted. But listen, no, I just really want to thank. Listen, I have such a strong team all over the country.
Okay.
And it really makes me feel encouraged that I'm on the right path, because these are people, we're not doing it for money. We don't have money to be sharing. All these rallies we do, 95% of them, we don't even offer transportation and food, but people show up in the thousands, in the hundreds to support our cause. So I'm just so appreciative of the people who have been supporting us since, when we started this thing, people were literally laughing like, oh, what are you trying to prove? At this point, they're like, oh, but this thing is serious, and they are coming on board. And listen, Liberia needs transformation. To change Liberia, we have to change the faces of the people who lead this country. I'm begging to the people. And so I'm begging the people who are listening to me and your friends and family. Normally, when I talk to people, I truly believe that they will listen to the message. So I'm really talking to their friends, their families, their brothers, their sisters, for them to go out and encourage those people to come on board. Let's believe that we can make history in this country. Let's believe that miracles can happen. Let's also believe that we can truly transform Liberia with this new generation that I'm leading. So, but no, thank you so much to all of our good, strong, committed Liberians and volunteers all around the country. I'm so proud of the team we've been building. Okay. And congratulations to all the Liberian people who have been peaceful so far. I pray to God it continues. I'm hearing reports out of Lofa. It's not as bad as people are reporting. But listen, let's have a free, fair elections. Well, it's not going to be fair because some people using money. Anyway, I'll leave that topic because we have limited time. But let's have a free elections and let's pray for fair elections. Thank you so very much.
Okay, yeah. So so it was wonderful having you here. You've been very much engaged with the media over the time, and yes, making use of the media because some people feel like I don't really need the media. Yes, one of my a very close person told me that and said, yes, I really don't need the media to to get what I want. I was like, wow. So that's how many people think, but the media is plays her own role when it comes to these causes. So it was wonderful having you. So we might have one more engagement before
I will come back.
Yes,
I will come back. I'll be happy to come back.
Okay.
But honestly, I appreciate you again, the media, and really, really congratulations to you and Chris for and I think Clarence with for spearheading that. I wish going forward the NEC will make it mandatory that every presidential candidate must do at least 2 debates. It was very, very informative. Thank you so much for that. God bless the people of Liberia.
Okay.
Continue to be here and to just speak to your hearts, speak to your minds, and speak to your intellect. We want to say today that the Liberian National Union is moving forward, and we want each and every one of you to encourage your family members and friends.
today.
Yeah, the more it's out.
They almost say even witchcraft second even get food in dream again. The whole play went wild. Mother Grace called me. I did last night, yesterday, and early this morning. She said around 6 to 7 hours, like getting water to pour in the stove so I can. She said, "You still sleeping?" I said, "No, I'm up, madam." And she said, "Yeah, you have to be at the program today." So I went at the program, and that's the audio that came from some of the audios that came from there. It was wonderful. Tatos, yes. How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, boss, I'm okay.
Yeah, I know why you calling me boss. Yeah, I'm boss, eh? I'm big
Of
boss.
course, yeah, I know boss.
Yeah, I sincerely apologize. We should have taken you around 2:30, but we had so much in between, and we are so sorry. Thanks for coming in time, and thanks for your understanding. So,
No problem,
quickly,
boss.
this is Titus Mobile, right?
Titus T.
Oh, I'm
Johnson.
sorry, Titus Johnson. Yes, Titus Johnson. Let me give you an uninterrupted 5 minutes to tell us about Titus Johnson and the group that he represents here in studio today.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Madeline.
I'm
Titus T.
T.
Johnson. Titus T. Johnson is a young Nigerian who believes in self-empowerment, and with this, I here to represent the Cheetah Construction Company of Africa. And Cheetah Construction Company of Africa is a Liberian-owned business, 100%. I mean, Liberian-owned 100%, and not just Liberian, but I mean young Liberians. This is a company that is being operated by young Liberians and young engineers of Liberia. So basically, that's what we are, and we were funded just late or 20 or 22, and that is what we are. That is what we are. We are the Cheetah Construction Company of Africa, and you want us to basically tell you what we can do. Cheetah Construction Company, as any other construction company can do, we have come with special emphasis on the construction and installation of biodigester. Like, you are aware in Liberia today, there are a lot of communities that are struggling for the issue of space for building construction, and places that people have built. You go places you cannot find space to have your septic erected, and based upon our study, we have come to make biodigester septic tank available and affordable to all Liberians. That is what we intend to do. In fact, that is what we started, and that's what we continue to do. So of recent Cheetah Construction Company, I would like to just briefly give the historicity. Why did it come about? And Cheetah Construction Company, back in 2022, we sat down for the technical background. Like, I've narrated my story on this station so many times. And as a student at the University of Liberia, things were tough. I was at the verge of dropping from the university at first. In fact, things turned so tough to the extent that I could not barely afford it, just $30 liberty to pay on bus and go to Fender. And
Wow.
it was so bad. When I say bad, I mean bad for me. And fortunately for me, after I've sat home out of college for some, I think like 1-2 semesters, I was able to make some government sponsored project that were able to send us to the confidence builder, and that was an opportunity to go and achieve vocational education. So upon my enrollment there, on a YOP sponsored by then, after the time I was able to get myself, equipped with some technical vocational education. This is something I've said here before. And since I got, into the technical field with the help of God, I mean, things have been transformed. And right now, as I'm talking to you, I'm not just going back to school at my own will, but I'm going to school and I'm also helping, some of my colleagues to make their way on campus. As compared to before, the coding was high, to get my transportation was tough. But now I'm the same titles that are talking about the Cheddar Construction Company of Africa. And based upon that, we were able to fund the Cheddar Construction to help encourage young people to take technical and vocational education as another, easy way of getting self-empowerment. That is not just all. We also fund the Cheddar Construction Company of Liberia to be able to restore the trust and confidence between Liberian contractors and construction companies.
Yes, and many young people feel that to establish business is huge. You need to have enough money before you can establish business. And tell us, and how did it all start? Where did you get the funding from to start a construction company?
Well, I when I graduated from Confidence Builder, I have my mentor, Mr. Thomas J. Dennis. He's someone that I call my father because he has self-guided me. In fact, he has guided me. He has always, taught me what I need to learn. So he told me like business depends on you, the owner. What you can start a business with does not matter. So when I graduated from there, I never had any connection. I had a skill as an electrician, but I never had anyone out there. So what we did, we started to volunteer, and we volunteered through our own, free work that we were doing. We came together as a team. We said, but there are a lot of people that we are work for free. They didn't pay all. In fact, we have good relationship with them. What can we do? Say, but now that I know we can do the work, it's time that we put ourselves together. So the Cheddar Construction, that's how it came about. So on what we had as a money, Cheddar Construction was from barely on less than 6,000 at La Liberty. And as we're speaking to you by the help of God, we have a handsome asset that I cannot disclose here for some reason. We have an asset just from 6,000 Liberty. We stand a better chance, and now we have an office that we're using, and that is not just for. We are still working to have some other asset procure for whatever.
Yeah, it's difficult normally to see Liberian and whether entrepreneur, whether in the business sector, to see all coming together to form a cooperation. And tell us, how was it like bringing like-minded people together to start this venture?
Yeah, that is something that we continue to experience. But that's one thing I learned from my boss, CEO Thomas Dennis. He said, working as a group is not easy, it's tough, but working as a group is profitable. That is one thing that I learned. So it has been a tough thing. There are times that disagreement come, and there are times that misunderstanding will come. But what I can tell you is that with my partners, my team that I'm having, we have done all that we can to take every decision that is in the best interest of the company, but not individual.
So what's your major achievement so far? Sorry, it's when you can't lead, you can't raise.
It's in place.
So yeah, what's your major achievement so far? Because I've been following some activities, but we have major achievement.
Yeah, when you say major achievement, are you referring to higher project? Okay, so Cheddar Construction Company of Africa, since we're funded, we have been funded to do a couple of projects for government entity, that is the WAG, now WAS, and we were able to transition WAS or WAG Liberia from the use of the normal or septic, what we call it gulu gulu. We were able to transition WAS from the use of gulu gulu to that of the biodigester tank. That was, one of the the big name project we have done. That is not just all. We have also done another bigger project for the Autolink Liberia. Autolink is a business in Liberia that is widely known. We have worked for them. We have transitioned them also. They have issue with, I think, with no disrespect with the Sate sewer line. That's what they were using. But they needed our service and the call on us. We were able to transition them from the national or city line that they were using. And as we speak to you, they are having comfort with the bowel digester thing.
Yeah, so is it that you only do this biodigestic and separate thing? Is that the only construction work you are involved with?
Well, bowel digester septic is not cheddar construction only focus. It is not about only focus. What happened is that there are a lot of different construction work. We do building construction, we do renovation, we do roofing, we do the POP and structure. But you know what happened? These are all construction company or activities that requires time to get and requires connection. So these are things that we do. But as we speak to you right now, if you ask me for which one is running, I mean, it's being demanded for higher, I will tell you it's biodigested.
Yes, just before we come back to that, trucks has been a major issue for businesses owned by Liberians. People trust it with funding, they trust it with money to do a construction for them. Tell us how trustworthy is Charter Construction Company. Can you be trusted with project and you can implement it?
Well, that is just one of our pillars. That is one of the pillars on which Cheddar Construction was funded to restore trust.
Today there are a lot of people out there that will complain to you that the people think they start where we get their advance, send it when they come by it. And we will tell you that for Cheddar Construction Company of Africa, we are trusted, not because we want you to trust us, but we are telling you that we trust ourselves for all of those clients that we are work for. I mean, they are all became our ambassadors. They are became like, I was in a restaurant, one of my clients called me, he dropped a line with me from the States. I was like, but it is God are doing it. So I want to tell you, Freedom, we can do it. And there are a lot of people out there that have the belief that Liberian contractors cannot be trusted. And I can blame them because there are few of our police that made it difficult, for the good one. That people can normally say one apple can spoil all the apple. You see, so that is not lie. But we're telling you, Cheddar Construction Company of Africa is a brand, and we are legally, operating the Republic of Liberia under its government, and we are an institution that have a stable office space. So we now one of the pass back or contractor then and maybe we just meet today. No, don't worry. So if you want to work with us, don't worry, don't worry.
How's your workforce? How many persons you have in your employ, or you only got contractors?
Right now we have more contractors, but when it comes to how many persons we have in our employ, we have right now we have 4 persons.
Okay.
We have 2 female and 2 male, and excluding men, I make them 5. But with the contractors we have, they are higher depending on the kind of project we have on hand. We are not that capacitated that we have 25, 30 persons on stopping every time, even though the money not coming, and you can't do that. So right now on how many persons in our employ, we can tell you 4 persons, and they are doing extremely well.
Do you have the capacity to pre-finance project? For example, I want to do a roofing of my house. Can you pre-finance that? Or maybe you build a whole house?
Well, we can also pre-finance minimum project. Minimum project, we can pre-finance it. Depending on the agreement, we can pre-finance it.
and we do your work, just to your satisfaction, we can also pay for that.
So how much you charge for pop ceiling and design?
To charging for your POP ceiling and design, it depends on the dimension of where you want to build. So what we can tell you as a professional, group of young people, we can, if you want us to do a POP ceiling for you now, the first thing that we go and do the assessment.
Mm-hmm.
Based upon the assessment, we tell, oh, possibly, this is what you will need, and this is what you will pay us. So, and on the question, how much we charge, it depends on the dimension of where you want to use your POP ceiling. And we can we have like units
okay
that can do better work than even the one the people will bring from way Ghana to kind of do the same professional work we are doing.
Yeah, because that those design or POP designs are so, when you, especially when you're watching movies and you see these designs in houses, and you think whether it's possible for Liberians to do it. You see, yes. Do you have pictorial evidence of all of your work?
To just prove that, you can start following on Cheetah, CHETA, Cheetah Construction Company of Africa. You will see most of our work. The POP design talk about, we have done some, even the POP windows, not window, but TV stand.
TV stand.
You see that.
Okay.
And you will see the ceiling, you will see the window design. You see all of these things. These are work that we've been doing, and we can do them. You will see it. You will see our very self there to tell you that we are not just joking. And the good thing about it, we are all young people, and young people from the technical background. That's what we are.
So the last time I went to cover Zion University program, and then I saw these very young guys. They some IT specialists. They're supposed to be doing some kind of heading a department that will be launched soon at the Zion University. And then these guys so young that when they introduce them, they look like high school students. And but they came from other countries, and when they studied, and they have come back now to get back to Liberia. So people, in Liberia, people find it so difficult to trust young people. So do you find, have you experienced such thing where with trust issues with how young you are? Sometimes people look at you and say, you can do this thing, and they laugh. Like sometimes people come in and call me a girl, and some people get angry why they're calling me a girl. I'm a professional woman, not in my 20s anymore. And so how do you really have issues with that?
Yeah, or says Madeline, that is something that I have on so many occasions. Some of the clients, because basically we do a social media marketing. Some of the clients will call you, like one of my boss men, even the two are in laughter. They invited me a few days ago in his office. He called me, he don't know me in person. He saw our advertisement and he wanted us to do his project. So when he called, I responded. I got to the office. And when I got there, he kept staring at me. He said, "You the Titus?" I said, "Yeah, I am." So, normally when I bring me, I see that kind of question. Are you the Titus?
Yeah. So, like we've been hearing about you.
Yeah, so I hear myself went in, and after everything I got through, I said, "But boy, I wonder why did you ask that question? What are the Titus?" He said, "No, I was thinking that it's somebody like come with, huge me." I said, "No, boss." And as I'm speaking to you, we did something for him. The something we did, he kept smiling with it, He kept smiling with it. So these are just what we can do. In fact, we can experience it. There are people that when they realize, the company is made of so Liberian, they like act, and they're like, "Man, they can do good work," And I can tell you freely, Liberia today is not the Liberia yesterday. And there are some of us that have seen it. There are some of us who have tasted the thing. There are some of us who have lived here and know some of these challenges.
And I can tell you freely, for Cheddar Construction Company of like Africa, we don't come to joke. We have come to restore trust that had been or challenge in the construction area. We can pre-finance your work. If you want us to do it, without adjusted work, we can pre-finance your 2-3 10. We tell you, you said, as per our agreement, after 4 months, you pay our money.
Okay.
If you get any problem, you call us. Maintenance is free until the next 1 year ends.
Okay, so this one comes from one of the presidential candidates. He says, "Thank you for introducing these young Liberian engineers, entrepreneurs. We will need them for the building of Liberia. We are tired using foreigners and making millionaires out of them. This is Liberia we foresee soon. Thank you for showcasing them. We are following." So he's presidential candidate, Mr. Alexander Noble Colley of the Reformers National Congress, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yes. So you will have to take calls. You want to say something before we can go to the lines?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to the candidate, and I mean for Liberia to be transformed, it need not to be transformed through a lip service. Liberia needs to be transformed through people that care in mind. And you know, we are one group of people that don't accept that term that people can always say future leader, future leader. Now I'm in my 30, and you want to keep calling me future leader. So now when will this one people now, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
we are not future leader. We are all leaders of the day, and we think that if we can work together as like-minded young men, Liberia will obviously get better.
All right. So we're about to take calls. For the next 5 minutes, we'll take
Yes, I
calls.
think this is a segment of our business and economic forum.
No, I said we suspended it for today.
No, but today we said discussing
Oh
business.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's
I think
it.
it's
Yes,
good. Yeah, like you said.
yeah, somehow. Yeah.
Somehow.
But on a serious note, on Monday we will have time to discuss the Farmington River Declaration,
Yes.
2023, signed by Dr. Clarence Moniba, and the rest. Dr. Clarence Moniba was in studio. It was signed by all of the presidential candidates. We all their representatives.
Yeah.
We will be looking at it next week. We will not have the time to look at it today. So anyway, the business and economic forum continues.
Construction,
yes,
because it's a business.
Because it's actually a business. So you can place in your call to 0777253819. I shouldn't have even suspended it. We should have just flowed, right? Because yes,
and Madeline,
yes.
Why you announce the number, I think is good that Liberian people will start to trust each other, especially for a young guy like this.
Yeah.
They come together to form a cooperation. But here we don't believe in ourselves. We don't believe in our people. We like to condemn Liberian work. But they can only reach at the level of the Lebanese, the Guinea Pele people, and we trust them, we get them project to do, we do it. In part, we should not own it. I noticed that when we give the contract to Liberian people, they don't respect it. They don't want to pay on time and all of those things.
They prefer crediting from.
Yeah, they prefer.
When they don't have money, they will credit you.
Yeah,
they want for you to credit them.
Yes.
When they have money, then they go to the store, the Lebanese, and the other, not to be too, racist.
I think it's a fact. These are people experience.
Yeah. Yeah, we are calls coming in.
Yeah,
you just mark them. Yeah. Okay, you can go on. The person will call.
Yeah, there's some of those building material store.
Let me have this caller on. I'm sorry for the interruption. Yeah, hello.
Hello, Madeline. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Just one for your zero get that clear now the number of the show.
Okay, so you announce your number. I want you to start doing that now since we don't have another call coming in before you forget. Yeah, please announce your number. Take your time.
Or you can call in instant 0880984569. And if you call any of those numbers, you will get directly to us. So what I was saying, if I was caught up by
those because let's say white people are not being racist in the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will go and give them the work, they pay them huge sum of money, and at the end of the day, they come to like rent contractor, they give them little or nothing to go do the work. You see, and that's what happened. So if you hear that, oh, I'm going to my work today, all company, you go there, you go see like rainbow.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, Magdalene.
Mr.
Thank you for
Lackey.
taking my call. This is Mr. Lackey. I'm calling from District Number 1, Margibi County.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to tell Mr. Johnson congratulations. I'd like to tell him to not worry about people looking at him and considering his age to be something young, that much younger than he really is. I want to encourage him to keep pushing. It's extremely important for the young Liberians to start taking over. Mr. Monema was just, Dr. Monema was just in your studio.
Yes, sir.
And he's 44.
Mm-hmm.
And he's running for the presidency.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys uniting themselves will make them stronger, first of all. I know Liberia is not very used to that yet. Even if you look at the religious arena, you will see that so many churches all over the place, and they don't unite. It'll be good to join hands. United we stand, divided we fall. So I tell those gentlemen to keep pushing, be resilient. Don't even regret taking over the Lebanese or the Indians or Chinese, whoever. Keep pushing, and your hand will be grabbed by God at a point. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay, sir. Thanks so much for your participation. Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so the Lebanese, they will get the work at the end of the day.
The higher Liberian, yes.
And they will pay them little nothing. These are people that have the skills. These are young people that some of them, that some of us who went to school for it, we spend our time, we spend our money. So I also want to use this medium to speak to our clients out there and to build Liberia the desires.
Yeah, your client, one of your clients could be a potential. Yes, sir. It's good to have you on.
Thank you so much. I'm Joseph Lee Ward calling from Jacobtown.
Yes, sir.
I want to appreciate the young Liberians that are in the studio there with you. This is the challenge we are faced with as Liberians entrepreneurs, especially in the construction industry. Some of us have been since we got retired as engineer from the Ministry of Public Works, but yet we go there, the people treat us like outsiders. These things will happen, but let's not give up. All we need to do, let them be a part of the ALCC so that we can.
Which one is ALCC?
I think it's in Liberia.
It's a party?
Construction.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think he wants you to be a member. So you can work on that, right? On it. Okay. So he says, please ask Cheddar Construction, how long does the pit latrine last? Yeah.
The biodigester. I think that's what he's asking about.
Yeah, if it is the biodigester, the biodigester safety has the lifespan of 20 to 30 years.
Okay.
Now, what happens is 20 to 30 years lifespan behind. Biodigester is a system, it's a modern system being built that requires maintenance, and the system has its own advantages and disadvantages. So with the client or the users following the engineers in the instruction, you will enjoy it, and up to maybe 6-7 years before you call for maintenance. You will call for maintenance, I will call little or nothing. And after the replacement of whatever chemical or whatever work will be done, you keep moving. So your structure will tell you, for that length of time where you will even forget that you accept it.
So, for example, what does it take to maintain it? What are the procedures normally that you normally give to your customers?
Yeah, our client maintenance, there are a lot of different areas that will require maintenance, but the more expensive one is not more than $50. And for us, Cheddar Construction, if you do your work in the course of 4 months or less, if there is any problem, you need to be up the same money we come and do for you. That is to say the maintenance, the checkup is free.
All right. Yeah. So
Yes.
please call your number again. People are asking to you to repeat.
Yeah, so Cheddar Construction Company, you can get us on 0776-454-130, or you can call 0880-984569. Or you better check our Facebook page, or Cheddar Construction Company of Africa. I know that some of the people are calling
Please
us
spell the cheddar so people can get it.
CHEDA. That is Cheddar, CHEDA, Construction Company of Africa. You will
Okay.
see our activities.
Okay. Your parting comment just before we can leave because we're out of time.
I love that. Thank you very much. I would like to again use this medium to say thanks to children and family, especially since Madeline after the issue you was experiencing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to say thanks to you and thanks to my mentor, Mr. Thomas Dennis. And I want to say to Liberians, it is better we invest here, especially we invest in the construction area. And this is time that if Liberia must change, we all must contribute. Cheddar Construction Company needs your help. And we are also available here nothing to build your septic tank, your bioseptic, to build, your house, your residential building, to do your electrical. When we are available, we can pre-finance. And trust us, we can assure you, after we have done your work, the good testimony will make you turn to one of our ambassadors.
Okay.
Thank you, and thank you very much.
All right. So before we can leave, we want to read few comments from our viewers. Amos Beto watching from Johnsonville. Ahmed Hammond, our peace ambassador on State of the Nation. Good afternoon, sir. Ambassador Levi Page. Thanks for always for keeping us updated with the latest happenings in Liberia. Following from Car City, Wallace Kaliman Senior. Good afternoon, folks. Watching you guys live from Kidimon Avenue in Cottontree, Gibby County. Councillor Thomas Livingstone, Carisbury following. Daniel Soli, good afternoon to the Truth FM families. Austin Tapia, good afternoon. My quick question, that was to that of Clarence Moneyba, but he's not here. So thanks to every one of you for following. Thanks to our listeners from Monday. We've been here from Monday to now. We've been here. It was wonderful discussing different politics, education, health, security, just cross-cutting issues, and discussing how we can move on to our elections, promoting peace, promoting transparent elections, transparent, free, fair, peaceful, credible, inclusive elections, and promoting maintaining the peace that we all are enjoying today. On August 18, we are celebrated, commemorated 20 years of peace, stability since the Accra Peace agreement was signed 2003. So we continue to preach peace, and let's keep the peace. Let's be civil in our discussion. Let's be tolerant of our friends who are on the other side, who has our friends who have different views. So it was wonderful. Dodo, thanks so much for your support. Sometimes you're not on air, but you are giving support. I want to appreciate you. Our CEO, Mr. Benedict, before elections, you need to come here so we can pray for you. Yes, we need to pray. Lai on, he's already a district for candidate. He's already here. We'll pray for him when he's not far from you. Just enter in your office, and Mr. Benedict, CEO, our CEO, thanks so much for I always say this, 17 years ago on October 7 will be anniversary. I just joined Truth FM like 3 years ago, right? 2020. Yeah, 2020. But Truth FM has been, very, very instrumental, very, very a medium to inform people across within Liberia and across the globe. And it has been in existence 17 years ago and been, supported by the CEO. Yes, if support is coming from anywhere, partners and what have you, thanks so much. But the CEO, is for the dream to build a radio station, and what we do here is not, stage managed, allow us to do what we're supposed to do professionally. That is so good, and we want to say thank you so much. We are going to elections, and so many people are calling us to do this, to do that, and so we are so grateful. We will remain grateful. Thanks so much to all of the team, the co-worker been so supportive. Cooper Sanga been so supportive as well. Daniel Sonin, Arthur Butler, Sam Jiro, and the entire team. Chris Selly, on behalf of Chris Selly and I want to say thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday. Somebody said, Madam Grace, I was calling you, Oma, to tell us, but we have to go. We have to go. All right. Okay. See you Monday. Hello. Yeah. Oh, I was calling you for